Okay, perfect. All right, so record is on. Tenagne, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Look, I've been waiting to really just have an in-depth conversation. We did a live a few weeks ago, and that was great. I'm like, no, I want to talk to her. So just gotta get some really good nuggets from you, some really great, feedback on things that you're doing to help kind of inspire myself as well as some of the other ladies on our team to move forward. So I know not everybody's familiar with your story, but just go ahead and share, with us your story. How did you find it works, or how did it work find you?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'll give you guys the short introversion. Oh, I'm spotlight. Okay. So before I joined It Works, so I just came up on my 2-year anniversary on the 16th, which is really exciting. I can't believe I didn't go live. I always go live on the anniversary, but I was like, oh, not this year. It's really amazing to think about where I started before I joined the business, because I was just so broke. You just don't even realize like how broke. And I was teaching, and I had my master's, and I was just my 5th year teaching. And honestly, I didn't really want to teach beyond the 2 years. I was in Teach for America. So that's kind of like in your mind, it's a 2-year commitment. So I wanted to do other things. I've always wanted to open my own school. I never, wanted to be confined to the 4 walls of a classroom, but, I ended up staying beyond the 2 years. And I met my daughter's father, in a relationship, had a baby. We were engaged, and then that kind of happily ever after fell apart, thankfully. And so right when I started the business, I had just separated from him. So it was about 2 months. And so at that point, it was like a very transitional period in my life. It was very much so I had to do something different in order to get different results. I remember going to counseling a few times, and she just said one thing, which is why I ended up leaving that relationship, because she said, if nothing changes, nothing changes. Mm-hmm. And it was so simple, and it was just like, I guess I better do some different things, huh? First, I'm going to put you out. You got to go. That's number one. That's first. And then, the new year started, and I wanted to get my body back. So I was a new mom, a 10-month-old, and, you're nursing, and you think your body's going to snap back, and it doesn't. And, I thought because I was young at the time, I thought I was going to snap back. Didn't happen. My name is not Tiana Taylor. And it was just really devastating to look in the mirror. I was just 20. I was just puffy in my face, and I was just chubby and, really tired all the time. I'm going through depression, still carrying a bit of postpartum. So like I said, very transitional period in my life where, so when the opportunity came, I was ready for it. I was ready for something new. I was ready for something different. Primarily, I wanted to use the body wraps to get my stomach together. So initially, that is what I called my mentor for. I found her on Instagram, and I was like, ooh, her number was listed on her bio. So I was like, I'm going to call her. I think I texted her first, and then we ended up talking on January 16th of 2016. And it was a very long conversation that left me completely inspired to join the business. And I felt like it was just an opportunity. Truth be told, I didn't know anything about network marketing. I'm a psychology major, education background. And so I didn't know what to expect. All I knew was that she was making 6 figures, and I wanted to do the same thing. And in my mind, I was like, well, I'm just going to, you just do what you got to do to get to the top. Like you just do it. So I became a student. I learned it. I was coachable. She coached me. I listened. I asked questions. I used the products consistently. That was one thing in the beginning. Some people hold off on using the products, and they try to now use the products to grow their business. And it's like you kind of miss the memo in the beginning. You got to be a customer with this thing to really be successful. And so that's what I did. And so it was so easy for me. In the beginning, it was just everybody's like, whoa, what you doing? You smiling all over the place, pepping your step. My parents was like, Miss Turner, what are you doing? And I mean, it's something. Okay, so yes, your body changes physically, but like when you start drinking them greens every day, I promise you, like it's an inner glow that everyone can see. And I'm literally like, I'm just getting dressed in the morning, like I might do my hair a little bit more off, like I'm just feeling good, I'm looking good, and my energy is just like on 1,000. So it's like I'm sharing it with everybody. I would literally, like, a parent would come pick up their child, compliment me, and I'd run them right down to my classroom, sit in front of my computer, and sign them up. Why not? I'm like, we can get exactly what I'm doing right here, right now. So, and that's what I did, and that's how I grew my business very quickly. I went Ruby in my first 30 days, and then I double promoted that same month to Emerald, and then the next month, I went Diamond. So I went Diamond very quickly in 74 days. And I was, at the time, we had the double good bonus. Mm-hmm. So I was racking up. Like, I'll never forget talking to my mentor, and she's like, and I'm like, what are you, she's like, oh, well, you can just go Emerald and get the some bonus. I'm like, I'm not ready. And she's like, just get rack up on the bonuses while they're here. And I did. And so I was making, as much money as I was making full-time teaching within my first 74 days. And it was such like a, whoa, that's a, you know what I mean? Like, it was such an eye-opener for me. And at that time, you guys, it was just ignorance on fire. I didn't even know who Mark Cindy was. I didn't know who Mike or Pam. I didn't know who these people were when I went Diamond.
Wow.
I didn't. It was just literally, I was just listening to what my mentor said. I was like asking her questions. What product should I give this person because they need this? I started enrolling packages all the time. So that was like my go-to. Like, everybody got the system. We had just came out with the system. So everybody got the system. I was enrolling high volume. So that was a skill I learned very, very early. And that allowed me to promote quickly. So in my mind, every box needed four customers. I just need to get 4 customers. Everybody help everybody get 4 customers, move 4 customers, and I was going to promote. And so, of course, the progression of the business, different promotions require a different version of you, a different level up version of you. So I sat at Diamond for, goodness, a long time, probably like 8 or 9 months. And then I promoted to double in January of last year, and then I promoted to triple in March. So now it's just really exciting to be able to help so many people and, coach other women on my team to be able to do the same things. And if you know anything or you follow me, I really take my position as a brand ambassador in this business to another level because we're blessed with the opportunity. So it's one thing to inspire and encourage other people, but it's another thing to equip them. So we have an opportunity that literally can take people, because it took me. So, and of course, other leaders that it's happened to, but that literally took me from like completely, like I was about to file bankruptcy because I had so much debt. I didn't even know who I owed. Like, I promise you, I had no idea who I owed. To a point where I paid off over $17,000 in debt this year. I'm literally about to be debt-free in the next 2.5 years. And it's just crazy. So who am I not to share this opportunity with people? Who am I to stand in my own way? Who am I to second guess, what the success or the opportunity can bring people? So that's just a little bit, very short, version of my story. But yeah.
No, I love when you said, just still being a teacher, still, helping people, being in a position to really help change somebody else's life. Like, I think a lot of people kind of come in and they don't grasp that just yet. When did that click for you? What was that moment where you say, oh my gosh, look what I have in my hands? Like, what was that moment like for you? When did you realize that?
So like I mentioned, to me, like, you can go Ruby with your eyes closed. You can go Emerald with your eyes closed. I really believe like you can go Diamond just off of like excitement. It's really just enthusiasm and excitement, and enthusiasm by default brings sales. So if you're like when you're stuck in your business and you're feeling like you're not enrolling, it's legitimately because you're not excited about anything.
Mm-hmm.
So like you have to find something in the business that gets you excited and do more of that, so that that energy, that people can feel that energy, because they will say yes to you. It's like, it's the law of attraction. It's a magnetic. It's just, they will begin to say yes to you because of your excitement. So for me, the shift happened after Diamond. So a couple months after I went Diamond, I remember maybe a few months after I went Diamond, I lost my rank.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you ready? You guys get the real story. I lost my rank and the summertime hit. So I had no idea. Like I said, it was very new to network marketing. So I didn't grasp the concept that people quit. That people quit and your chart can fall apart and you can't pick up the phone, and they just promoted with you and they don't answer the phone anymore. So that happened to me and I didn't really know how to take that. And so I'll never forget, I kind of hid for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
And what's nice is my mentor didn't come look for me. She let me hide until I was ready to come back out. Mm-hmm. And she was really just like, we'll see if she comes back out. And so I would post a little bit, and, nothing like I went Diamond in 74 days. It was like, I went from that to like, I get on a call maybe sometimes, and I went to Green Carpet. It's an event. And for most people, if you ask them where their shift comes from, where they start growing belief in themselves, in the products and the company and the industry, and that was what they talk about at events. And you might get a little piece of that if you're going to conference again. But Green Carpet was my first event. So I had, Green Carpet was in like June, and I enrolled in January. So I didn't get to my first event until 6 months after I was in the business. Yeah. And so, of course, that completely shifted everything for me. I began to grow belief in the company. So I just had belief in myself and belief in the products. That took me to Diamond. That was enough to take me to Diamond. It was not enough to take me anywhere beyond that. So when I grew belief in the company, listening to Mark and Cindy, understanding that I was proud to be a part of this company, that I was proud to wear black, green, and bling. I was proud to be a rap girl. It let go of a lot of some insecurities that I was feeling of people think I post too much. Oh, they're going to unfollow me. Oh, they probably think that I'm annoying, or those little just insecurities that we just, naturally feel when we start something new, when people have to watch our journey. We get a little bit insecure about what we look like to them. And so going to my first event, listening to top earners, I'll never forget, Joel and Stephanie Dunn, Denise and Brandon Walsh. And if like you don't know these names, I like get to know these names because these are the names that sometimes their one-liners will change your entire business. Yeah. And so I remember sitting, in my seat and looking up at the stage, and I'm like, oh, they're Black Diamonds. If you guys don't know, Black Diamonds, it's a title that they give to Ambassador Diamonds when they average at least $100,000 straight for 6 months. And then you can be coin. So right now we have 4 Black Diamonds. And, I just remember feeling like the only difference between me and them is that they talk to more people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The compensation plan is the same. The products are the same. The steps of success are the same. Mm-hmm. We got the same e-suite. We got the same app. It's all the same. Mm-hmm. So at that moment, I knew it. Oh, it's me. Okay. No problem. See, I'm a psych major. So they talking mindset. All they're like, oh, it's just it's just simple. Like this is, it's nothing different. You don't have to like not rocket science. Just grow. And I'm like, so for some people, it's like, oh, stop saying that stuff. Mindset. What do you mean? Like, just tell me what to do to go Diamond. Stop saying like it's in my mind. No, it's your mindset. It's you. Most people can't face that. So now I have like this new quote that I love that I've just been saying it all over the place. My team's going to end up hating it. I love it. I love when I wear them out with the new quote that I have. And it's really just network marketing is just a personal development program with a bomb compensation plan attached to it. If you signed up for network marketing, you signed up for a personal development program. When is the last time you've gone through literally a personal development program? This is what this is. Every day I approach this business as a self-development program. So if I'm not spending time growing, if I'm not spending time reflecting, if I'm not spending time solving problems, breaking down my insecurities, breaking down my fears, breaking down my doubts, doing something different, acting in spite of fear. I mean, I can keep going and going. These are things that shift your mindset on a day-to-day basis. So you wake up, you move different, you talk different. Everything is different when your when your mindset is different. And when I went through this journey as well in the beginning of this year, because I was baptized and saved. I mean, this business brought that entire kind of opportunity and awakening for me. And I had to pray I asked God to change my mind. Sometimes sometimes that's what you need to pray about. Because sometimes you're so stubborn, you think you have all the control, you got your hand around your business like a chokehold, and you think you run this. And the minute you take your hands off and you partner with God in your business and you ask him to change your mind, all you have to do is step back and do your thing, and he's going to bless everything else. Sometimes we can't do that. Like Pam says it all the time, get out of your own way. I remember I used to hate that too, because I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I used to hate those things that I would hear that I would be like, oh, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Get out of your own way. Half the time we are the only person that is standing in front of our success. Matter of fact, that's all the time.
Yeah.
Like, so now, I mean, I just constantly, I'm always reading. If you follow like my Instagram, I like post like the stuff that I'm reading, the quotes, everything that just completely, like, I'm a one-liner person. So I just always, like, sometimes it's just one line that completely changes everything. And so you have to open up these books. You have to, turn down the TV, turn off the noise, turn off the distractions. You have to get focused on the growth and really commit to the journey. It sounds like I hate to sound fluffy because that's what those things sound, but that's what changes your business. So now you just you move with such passion. Like, I'm so excited right now to go presidential with my team, because what I just learned in the last, month and a half, again, is to go back to servant leadership. And so for me, that's what took me to triple, was servant leadership. It's no longer about my story. It's no longer about my check. Stop looking at your check. Stop looking at your check. Stop looking at when it jumps and falls, and stop worrying about your bills and how you're going to do this and that. The second you just realize that you're here to serve other people, the second that you realize and focus on building other people, and this is not just because, I'm Triple Diamond and I have this huge team and I have to help all of these people, and that's not it. Because even as a distributor, just taking that approach with, I'm here to serve people, that allows you to think twice before you go into the bank, go into the grocery store, go into your child's school, and don't say nothing about nothing named your business opportunity.
Yeah.
Like, you are a blessing. You're blessed to be a blessing. So that opportunity, like, I'm always talking about it. Like, I have to share it. I'm committed to sharing it, all because I'm committed to serving other people. Because that's just a secret to greatness. That's what Jim Rohn says. And I do everything Jim Rohn says. Everything. Like, I'm obsessed with Jim. It's a problem. It's a real problem. So I don't know if you guys are like familiar with Jim Rohn. No, yes. I'm looking at your guys' faces. You're not?
I'm not. But
I will fall out this chair right now.
Put me on.
I'm sure I will fall out this chair right now. Jim Rohn completely changed my business.
Okay.
No, not like, I'm talking single-handedly changed my business. He's this old white man with gray hair, and he died. When I found out that he was actually not living anymore, I was like completely like heartbroken that I would like marry him. That's all obsessed. I'm obsessed. Okay. So, philosopher, phenomenal thinker. Oh my gosh. The first CD audible that I listened to from Jim Rohn is called Building Your Network Marketing Business.
Okay.
That's everybody's homework. Actually, like, we can cut the call off if you want. That's it. Go listen to that. Replay it every single day. Like, it's on YouTube. It's such a big part of my business. First of all, I can recite the whole audio CD. My team already know. They already can recite it too because I play it all the time. My newbies, their first 12 days, I send them a video each day. Like
Okay.
this is your first introduction of this business. Take care of your mindset first. First and foremost. That's all I care about. That's just what I talk about all the time. You know why? Because everything else is so simple. IPAs, income producing activities, are simple. Posting on social media is simple. Don't talk to me about what to post, how to post. But I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about, how many messages I send today. All of that's basic, simple things. We have corporate training that's in your e-suite. There's about 15 videos. It's all simple. What matters is you. My foot just fell asleep. It's really problematic right now. I'm like, you know what I mean? So like I hit my newbies with mindset right away. It's very important. So once you guys get on YouTube and you see Jim Rohn and you just start watching his, and he has like this little voice and he's like really funny. He's amazing. Like any top leaders, like his name's going to come out very clearly. I love Building an Empire by Brian Carruthers. That's one of the books that transformed my business as well. But Jim Rohn, Jim Rohn really helps initially with how does network marketing work? What's the mindset you have to have in this kind of business to be successful? I mean, when I get newbies in and one of his videos is the law of averages and the law and ratios, then you can understand why you might get 25 no's when you first start and you're not going to quit because now you understand that you're planting seeds. You understand when the harvest is. You understand the process right off the bat. So like you guys, I'm excited to see, just get an update because when you guys listen to that CD, and he has so many one-liners.
That's really good because I like to listen to Eric Rory and I listen to Sarah Robbins, but that has like really been my main, that's like my PD every day. Like how to work your
Who is it?
Eric Rory. Older white man, bald head.
Yeah, I know. He's okay. Like he's okay. He's good. You talking about GoPro?
Yeah.
GoPro's okay.
Yeah. So that's
GoPro's okay. It's technical.
In this business, yeah. That it is technical. But I'm definitely gonna look for Jim Rohn to mindset.
Yeah.
Is it?
He's mindset.
Yeah.
Like I'm just gonna allow him to like I said, he's not living anymore, but I'm just gonna allow him to like train me all the way to 1 million because it's that deep. Like he's that incredible. So all the Tony Robbins and all those people, like he mentored those people. Those are like people. Jim Rohn's everybody's mentor.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys that's really going to transform your business. And then you everything else is intentional after you understand certain things and you can move forward. So you're posting, I don't know, are you guys like, do you guys do IPAs and stuff, power hours with your team and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. So all of that stuff is like just basic stuff.
Right. So walk us, speaking of IPAs, walk us through what were some of your things that you were doing leading up to Diamond. And even like today, going to presidential, like beyond, posting and stuff like that. What are you doing to, grow your business on a daily? So I think sometimes people, some of your distributors think, okay, I posted, now what? Okay, posting isn't working. It's just like saying, hey, I'm open for business. There's no customer service there, So how do you, besides mindset, where do you go? What are you doing?
Okay, I'm gonna have 5 minutes because we have a call at 10.
Okay, no problem.
But so when leading up to Diamond, it was we call that something massive action. But I was just doing everything. Like I was just calling people all the time. I had a list, so I'm very like big on list making, a follow-up list, the people who I'm talking to. I always did up to Diamond. I always did like as a lead on my posts, but I did not rely heavily on social media when I went Diamond. I called everybody in my warm network. Y'all don't hear me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, I had family in California that I didn't even know who you were, but your last name was Turner. So I found you on Facebook, and then I called and enrolled you guys with, like, 100 volume packages. I called everybody. Like, people were like, oh, I don't have 100. So it's like, do y'all have hundreds lists?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Everybody, you just look at your list and be like, oh man, I'm about to enroll everybody off this list. Every day you should be calling, not texting, call at least 3 to 5 people every day and just ask them.
Yeah.
Okay, in that part.
Yeah.
That was like a change. I remember hearing, I think Christina Watts or something, we were on a call, Pam has her calls every month. And we were on a call and Christina was like, oh, I was going in a rut in my business. I don't know if you guys know who Christina Watts is, but one of the top earners, I believe she's like number 4, Ambassador Diamond. But she was like, I just started asking again. Like, how many times a day are you asking people to become a loyal customer, become a distributor? Seriously. Because posting ain't asking either.
Right.
Exactly. So it's that simple. So I was asking everybody. Oh, I asked everybody, and I asked you more than once, and I waited until you were ready, and I asked you again, and my follow up was so strong. Like that's why I had my list, because follow up Friday, honey, we was get on site. Are we ready? I got my computer. Let's go. Like, I was so intentional, and it was such a sense of urgency. Going diamond was such a blur to me because I was just running. Like, it was insane. Like, everybody had to enroll everybody. All of my family, all of my classmates, all of my friends, all of my coworkers, everybody got enrolled. Yeah. And then a year later to go triple, y'all got re-enrolled. Like, don't play. Okay. We're going to ask you again because you fell off your health and fitness journey. You need to start. I'm about to re-enroll my sister for like the 14th time. Like, I don't know, like, you enroll you again. And so, going in the leadership, like, these promotions they're so much more difficult to me than going diamond or going ruby, going emerald, because, like I said, they require so much more personal development. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like, God's not even gonna bless you with the promotion if you're not ready. Like, it's crazy. So now I do a lot of, and this was going double too. So that's a diamond going double. I did a lot of in person. Mm-hmm. So I'm like last year, 2018, so like the beginning of 2016, I was very much in person. So anybody who I was talking to, or I would just schedule a one-on-one with them. So I had mini wrap parties all the time. So I would set up the products, have somebody, I would, sample the products, and I would enroll them right then and there. And I did that a lot. I'm really big on in-person stuff. So always people see me like out on my Insta stories. Like, I always, meet people at Starbucks. I'm a big like, oh, okay, let's just schedule a meetup. So now that my social media is growing, I primarily, focus on following people that live in Atlanta. So when they start messaging me, or when I start messaging them, I always meet up with them. I meet up with strangers all the time, straight from the DM of Instagram. That has like transformed my business, being able to be in person, and also have a strong social media influence. But those things are, posting is important. The consistency in posting is important. You don't want to spam your people. You want, I'm sure y'all talk about things like that already, so we don't have to really go into that. But you definitely want to ask in your post.
Yeah.
Like, think about, you might say a little something, but you're not giving a people a way to reach out to you. Anytime I have a post and I'm like, send me a private message in the inbox, text such and such to, and I'll put my number up. How often are you doing that? How often are you giving people a way to contact you? You think everybody's just gonna flood your inbox just because? Like, they don't know you from who knows where. Like, they're not doing that. And then the people who do, like, if you give them a call to action, like, that they're serious when they slide in your inbox. But I did a like as a lead for a long time. I don't do like as a lead anymore. But that's just where my business is and where I grow my social media. That doesn't work well for me. But I definitely, I always liked his lead all the time. I was sending messages out all day long. And I took a journey. I got results. I was always getting results. I was always using the products. I use Insta stories. Oh my gosh. Like, I don't even know how many customers I've enrolled for people just responding to me pouring my greens in my cup every single morning. So like my whole team does that. Like if you follow anybody from the Slay Squad, we all be pouring our greens in the cup in the morning. Like it's just consistency. People like to see consistency and they'll reach out.
Yeah, that's true. I love it. I love it. I know you have to go, but I thank you so much for sharing with us tonight. Look, this is recorded, so I'll make sure I get that to you if you want to share it with somebody else. I'll upload it to YouTube as well. Any parting words before you hang out, before you leave?
If you just commit to the growth part of this business. Mm-hmm. That's really the most important thing. Like, so now that you have somebody new that you can go listen to, like go consume, like I brainwash myself. Yes. Like people think that I'm crazy. So are all the millionaires. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't listen to the radio. I don't listen to, like, I don't watch TV. Like, I can do all of those things when I'm just making like 50K in my sleep. Like, I don't know. Like, I just commit to it. If you really want it, like, if you really want it, then commit to it. Just commit to it. So, you know, another book, so I'm having my team read this book too, so you guys can read. It's called Go for No. So I have like a book club with my team now. So that's our book for the month. Go for No, Richard Fenton, and there's a lady. But that focuses on how many no's can you get in one day? Yeah. Like you're focusing on how, like if you were focused on getting 30 no's per day, do you know how many people you would have to talk to get 30 no's? Yeah. And do you know how many yeses you're going to get out of talking to that amount of people? Yeah. So it completely shifts. Like, oh, trying to get my one customer, no, I need to hear 30 people tell me no today. Like that's a game changer in itself. Like, wow, I gotta talk to somebody else. I gotta message somebody else. I gotta call somebody else. I have to hear 30 no's today. That's a lot of people. Yeah. I told you the only difference between us and Black Diamonds is they talk to more people. If you follow Joel and Stephanie always on the phone now. She always talking to somebody. So I'm just trying to be up there with them. Amen.
Oh, that's it. I'm with it. Look, I can't wait to see you in less than 8 days, or is it 8 days?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I gotta hug you. So exciting.
Yes, I'll make sure I reach out to you so we can connect and get a picture and snap it up. So go ahead and get to your other call. I appreciate you again so much. And
of course. Thank you guys. I'm excited to follow up with you guys at some point in the next few months or something, and then you can tell me how much you love Jim Rohn.
Yes. Oh, look, tonight I'm on it right now.
I know, right? You get in on it.
Yeah. All right, y'all have a good night. Thank you for joining.
Bye.